Well, it seems like we have a very viral tweet that proves my point about what I've been saying about entertainment. The worst thing that ever happened to entertainment? Women. Women are a cancer to men's spaces and men's form of entertainment male industries. The less women, the better. That's why my motto in life will always be women ruin everything. Because I have talked about many examples across gaming, superhero movies, sci-fi movies, fantasy movies, comic books, you name it. When did these industries start to go downhill? When women invaded and destroyed everything. And this is a quote tweet that's responding to a woman talking about if men really cared, they would have their own spaces. And this tweet says, men had Star Wars, women invaded. Men had sci-fi, women invaded. Men had video games, women invaded. Men had Dungeons and Dragons, women invaded. Men had comic books, women invaded. Men had men's only clubs, women invaded. Where is the lie? Let's go down the list. Star Wars. Who is the one that caused Star Wars to go completely downhill? Kathleen Kennedy. That evil bitch that doesn't know anything about the lore, that doesn't care about Star Wars, that said the Force is female and all that cringe shit. Knowing damn well that the majority of the people who consume Star Wars and sci-fi in general are men. Disney knows this. They just don't want to acknowledge it, or they don't even care and they think they can just throw away their old fan base and import a new one, which is women. But clearly they are not paying attention like that. Clearly, the women that they are pandering to are not showing up. Clearly, it's not working because Star Wars is a dead franchise. They turned the biggest franchise in movie history into a fucking gay lesbian joke. It's embarrassing how much Disney ruined it, and they need to leave it alone for at least a decade. Sci-fi is dominated by men. We all know this. Let's not try to act stupid about it. We men are the majority, and women are the poison that is destroying it. And now we have to mention video games. I made so many examples of women going into the gaming industry and completely destroying it. There are so many examples that I literally have a whole entire playlist dedicated to this. Go binge watch that entire playlist. I'm going to link it on the top right. And in that playlist, we see many examples across all of gaming, such as Ubisoft, BioWare, Xbox again with Halo specifically, Respawn Entertainment known for the Titanfall series, Bungie as well. Online gaming as a whole. Online gaming is being ruined by women because women can't handle a few jokes. Women can't handle a few insults. And they are the problem. They are the ones asking developers to ban people for making jokes and making insults, for roasting people, and that's what men do in general, not just in gaming. Men love to tease each other, make fun of each other, make jokes all the time, laugh at each other, have a good time. And we do that in gaming as well. That's why we shit talk. That's why the Xbox 360 online gaming blew up, because those old Call of Duty compilation videos of people just cursing each other out, yelling at each other, calling each other every name in the book. Those videos are hilarious. But then what happened? Women showed up and said, this is offensive. This is hateful. We shouldn't have to deal with this, they said. This should be a gay safe space, they said. And what do these stupid fucking game developers do? They bend over to the demands to a small portion of their player base, because it is not 50-50. Do not listen to the lies from the ESRB. They are lying to you. A lot of the companies that fill up the ESRB have been open about their gay progressive politics, about diversity, have been receiving ESG funding, and want to push the message and propaganda onto you. They are full of shit. Do not listen to them. That's why I always refer back to the Capcom statistic. Here it is. It's not 50-50. This statistic is very similar to all these different companies all across gaming. Do not let these companies gaslight you. They know this. They have their own numbers internally, but they refuse to acknowledge the truth, and they want to allow women in to make changes that men never asked for. And that's how gaming is falling apart. That is a cancer with gaming. Women. And I do not care who gets mad at me for telling the truth. My eyes work. I see the examples all across different forms of entertainment. The pattern is obvious, and a lot of people are seeing it, and a lot of people are waking up. So you can get mad at us and call us incels and misogynists and bigots, whatever you want to call us, virgins. We do not care. You are not going to change the fact that I am right, that women are the ones ruining this shit. Women are the ones poisoning what men love, because a lot of these women that are doing this are bitches, leftover trash that hate men because they can't get one. They are taking jobs that they do not qualify for, because these companies, the men behind these companies, have been turned into fucking soy boy losers who want women to take over and feel bad for women, instead of just continuing to give the men what they want so they can make all the money in the world. You guys were doing that before. What happened? And now look at where we're at. All the biggest franchises across all of entertainment are dying, and it's not going to get better anytime soon. The tweet also mentioned Dungeons and Dragons, and guess who ruined that? A woman. Yes, again, it was always a woman. She invaded Dungeons and Dragons. She became the CEO. Then she made everything black and gay, and they were attacking their main audience. They were race swapping characters in the Dungeons and Dragons universe. She fucked everything up. She destroyed everything around Dungeons and Dragons, and then she got fired, and the damage was done. She left the company, but destroyed everything in her wake. This tweet also mentioned comic books, and everybody in the comic book community knows the iconic, or infamous I should say, video from Kelly Sue Nakane, a red-haired crazy bitch who worked in the comic book industry and told the fans to fuck off, basically. Here's that video.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Problem solved.
I think I tend to be pretty optimistic, but in this one I'm worried. I'm a straight worried. Why? Because stores are closing at a phenomenal rate. Independent comic sales are down. Mainstream comic sales are down, except for the top 3 or 5 books are up.
And as you guys just saw, she said if you don't like her politics, do not buy her book. So what do? We didn't buy any books. And then she was bitching and crying about how comic book sales are low. And independent sales are low as well. I don't know what's happening. She looks fucking stupid. She is the fucking problem. Women. How many examples do you need at this point? Look at Marvel in the MCU. They added a bunch of ugly, bitchy, boring girl boss characters like Captain Marvel. Yes, the first movie was successful, but only because we were lied to and told we needed to see it in order to get the full context for Endgame. And when Endgame came out, she literally showed up at the last part of the movie. She had a small little scene at the beginning of the movie where all the heroes were talking about what's going on and stuff like that. But in terms of her as a whole, showed up at the last fucking minute when all the other heroes already showed up to fight Thanos. So it's like you didn't even do anything, so we didn't even have to watch your trash fucking Captain Marvel movie where you butchered that character. You made her into a bitch. That's not even a real Captain Marvel. The real Captain Marvel is Captain Marvel. I know they changed the name. It was just Marvel, and now they're just switching and changing characters and stuff like that. It's all stupid. And then the sequel to that movie came out, The Marvels, and it was the worst fucking MCU movie ever. Not just in terms of how the fans feel about it, but it lost the most money. It was the biggest failure for the MCU. Why? Because terrible women showed up and they ruined everything. And the fact that the actress Brie Larson is a massive bitch that clearly hates the fans and hates people and hates men. She said it time and time again. And she's a racist piece of shit that said that you don't need white dudes commenting on A Wrinkle in Time. She's always been just a narcissistic cunt, attacking men who enjoy Marvel. And that's just one example of a terrible female character. We have Echo. We have Miss Marvel, which was the biggest Disney Plus TV show failure. How many more examples do you need to see the obvious problem, the obvious elephant in the room? Women. That is the problem. Men are the ones that created these spaces. Men are the ones that created these companies and characters. And then these evil bitches came in and they ruined it. They scream like animals, demanding that we let them in our space. And these idiot companies and these soy boys let them in. And then they came in and they asked for the space to be changed to accommodate them, the small percentage of the space. And then we said we're not changing anything. Then they claim bigotry and misogyny, harassment, everything in the book. And then they kick us out. And these fucking gay ass companies go along with it and let women become CEOs and directors and writers. Change things, retcon the laws of all these different franchises, gender swap, race swap characters. And then they want to get rid of us. They attack us, the men who built this shit up in the first place, who spent tens of thousands of dollars across decades. So much time and money invested in all these different video games, comic books, movies, TV. They attack us, but we are the ones that are the reason that they are able to do what they do in the first place. So why are we being called misogynist and racist and all these names that they come up with and that they repeat every single time, or we are the reason you have anything in life? Not even just entertainment. Women do nothing, men do everything. Men built everything and men built society. You wouldn't have nothing without men, but these women nowadays are ungrateful trash bitches. That's what a lot of women are nowadays. And then you want to be disrespectful when we provided everything. We built this fucking planet. We built everything in history, and women just so happen to exist. And that is basically how the culture war even started in the first place. We got attacked for telling the truth, and that is basically how the whole culture war thing even started, and it's not going to end anytime soon because none of these companies want to listen to us, the actual fan base. They rather listen to trash who didn't give them any money in the first place. So it is what it is. This tweet was 1010% correct. We had all these different things. Women came in, invaded, and ruined everything. That's why my motto in life will always be women ruin everything. So to all the dumb trash women coming into gaming, comic books, movie, and TV, we don't want you here. You are a bane. Women are a fucking cancerous disease. Go fuck yourself.